My name's Ewan Ross, this is Joe Wilton. We're going to play a couple of tunes on these Scottish small pipes. We're keeping it local. The pipes are made by Julian Goodacre, well known to many of you. And just a wee plug for the Eastgate. Yes, please support the place, folks, and get back there. Go whenever you can. And if you feel inclined, there's a music session, traditional music session, the second Saturday of the month, starting up again on the 8th of August. So we'll hopefully see you there. And the tunes are a Gaelic here called Sin Ewan, hope I've got the pronunciation right, which translates as Fair Jean, much beloved of people that go to the Maud. I believe they sing it in the pubs, so there's words to it. And the second tune is the Banks of Sicily, which is from a pipe tune called The Farewell to the Creeks, adapted by Hamish Henderson for his song The Banks of Sicily. Hope you enjoy, folks.
Hello, my name's Sue Owen and this is Dave, my husband. We're from Penicuik Folk Club and it's really great to be involved with this Eastgate Garden Ceilidh. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to sing Sove Survey, which is one of many versions of the traditional female highwayman song. Survey, survey, all on a day, she dressed herself in man's array, with a sword and pistol all by her side, to meet her true love, to meet her true love, away did ride. As she was riding over the plain, she met her true love and bid him stand. Your gold and silver, kind sir, she said, or else this moment your life I'll have. And when she dropped him off his store, she said, kind sir, there is one thing more, a golden ring which I know you have. Deliver it, your sweet life to save. That golden ring a token is, my life I'll lose, the ring I'll save. Being tender-hearted just like a dove, she rode away from her own true love. Next morning in the garden green, just like two lovers they were seen. Oh, he spied his watch hanging by her clothes. It made him blush just like any rose. What makes you blush at so silly a thing? I thought to have had your golden ring. It was I who robbed you all on the plain. So here's your watch, love, here's your watch and your gold again. I did intend, and it was to know if that you were my true love or no. For if you'd have given me that ring, she said, I'd have pulled the trigger, and shot you dead.
Okay, hello, my name is Steve Dubé. I'm going to play a harp tune which won a prize at an Eisteddfod in Wales in 1804. A famous London entertainer heard it while he was holidaying in Llangollen, memorised the tune, took it back to London, wrote some words to it and sang it on the stage. His biographer, who was somebody called Charles Dickens, later said that everybody on the streets of London was whistling the tune after this chap played it. It's still heard sometimes as an English Morris dance called Jenny Jones. A London entertainer called it Sweet Jenny Jones. In Wales it's known by its original title, Cadair Idris. It's also two songs, Methlionen o Merioneth, which is Merioneth Clover, and Brynia Merioneth, which is the hills of Merioneth. So, and it goes like this. We'll start again.
Jan Cameron. I think we've all begun to realise how much gardens can offer us in times of stress to keep ourselves well. So I'd like to read you a little bit from my new book, The Garden Cure. I hope you like it. The Garden Cure. There is something in the whole metaphor of gardening that helps us to understand the way we ourselves grow and thrive and blossom. You see, it starts right away in the language we use to describe our well-being. We languish or we flourish. We talk of people, especially children, blossoming. Pregnant women are blooming. We talk about our work bearing fruit. Young people in the flower of their youth. When we look at the story of the garden, it is the story of ourselves. We are intricately intertwined. Meaningful work. The garden itself is a wonderful metaphor for health. Organics in horticulture is all about creating the conditions for health rather than treating the symptoms of disease. It's easy to see the parallels with the human condition. In horticultural terms, when we try to create a healthy growing environment, we look at good nutrition, regular watering, specific to each plant's needs. We need good hygiene routines. We need to prune out unproductive growth and concentrate energy on the healthy branches. To keep on top of the weeds, to encourage fresh air, with time to rest and room to grow and unfold safely. Does this ring any bells? Here is just one story that illustrates how powerfully this can work. One morning, Josh came into the garden and his body language was the picture of dejection. He wore a baseball hat firmly pulled over his face, his shoulders were slumped, his back was rounded and his eyes were downcast. He was carefully trying to avoid catching anyone's eye or engaging with anyone. His body language was saying very clearly, "I'm feeling very fragile and afraid. Please don't come near me." When I watched him put his boots on, I could see he was trembling. We knew from experience that this was not a good time to try to talk to him about why he was feeling so low. So we assigned him a task in the garden as usual. His job for the day was to tie back the branches on the apple trees on the south-facing wall. Luckily, it was a warm, sunny day. 2 hours later, when I went to check on him, he was fully engaged in the task. He was standing with the sun on his back, which was easing all his muscles. He had his arms outstretched on either side in order to reach the bits of the tree he had to tie up. His back had straightened, his chest had opened, his head had come up. And he was breathing deeply and he was talking to the person standing next to him, because he had to, so that they could put up the tree ties together. It was like a lesson in several alternative therapies: yoga, Alexander technique, Tai Chi, mindfulness, massage, and talking therapies all rolled into one. And the tree got supported and we got apples. It's that subtle combination of things that opens people up and helps them to feel more at ease. The beauty of working with people in a garden is that it is most definitely a place of work, with a clear, firmly rooted agenda of creating growth for the future. As you may have realised by now, it is also a place that yields metaphors. We and others benefit from it, but it's not about us. It's a chance to have a break from our own problems and dilemmas and to get involved, immersed, absorbed in a completely different universe. The world of plants, the weather, nature, and its many creatures. It's both hard work and restful at the same time. After a day in the garden, you feel pleasantly tired rather than worn out. Gradually, your body becomes fitter and your mind begins to relax. I have seen over and over how people's lives can be transformed, put back together and changed for the better by the richly healing rhythms of growing together in a garden. Seed sowing. Sowing seeds is the most magical process in gardening. It is very special to hold a seed in your hand and know that its whole DNA and the blueprint for its life is contained within it, no matter how tiny it might be. You sow, you tend, you wait, and if you're lucky, magic happens. Getting seeds to germinate involves constant problem solving. You have to ask yourself lots of questions before you sow. What kind of soil does the seed require? How deep should they be planted? How much water, heat and light does it need? Is it the right season? And so on and so forth. This process takes you out of yourself and opens your mind to lots of possibilities before you've even considered the creatures that might eat your seeds and the measures you might take to prevent them. It is a wondrous thing to put seeds into the ground and watch them grow. Yet people often approach it with scepticism and lack of confidence in their abilities. It can seem like a strange fiddly job, and people new to the process often do it without much faith until they see the results. When they spot them, those first shoots fill people with such satisfaction. Many people are so delighted by the vegetable crop that they have produced that they will eat it every day for the whole season, boiled, baked, mashed, fried, raw. And of course they can collect the seeds at the end of the season and do it all again next year. Thank you. That's The Garden Cure, published by Sarah Band. Comes out on August the 13th.
Hi, I'm Rowan and this is Finn, and we're going to start off with a tune called The Sailor's Wife, and it's Jig.
Hello, I am James Alexander, aka Jim, and I really miss the Eastgate, both musically and socially. The song I'm about to sing during this weary lockdown makes me mindful of people worse off than me, who slept in cardboard boxes under railway arches and roundabouts in a cardboard city through which I used to walk to work. This city could be any city, but Ralph McTell called it the streets of London. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, putting up the papers with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and held loosely by his side yesterday's papers telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. forgotten hero and a world that doesn't care. So how can you tell me you're lonely? I'd say for you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. How can you tell me you're lonely? I'd say for you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London.